Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another anime review. And today I'll be sharing my thoughts on episode 12 of Digimon Ghost Game. At least I think we're on episode 12, right? I don't even know anymore, but I just finished watching it and I did enjoy it, but it's time to come out and say that I think this is the way it's going. It's essentially just going to be an episodic series where they just face the monster of the week each episode. Unless at some point they bring out a big bad that'll be across multiple episodes, which I don't think that's going to be the case because Justin left a comment on the last video, my last review of the previous episode, saying that some of the bigger Digimon channels were talking about that, how it's just an episodic series. But they do have the recurring characters. Like again, Professor Bokumon appears again. I think that's like his third straight episode. We did have a few episodes back with Sister Ciel at the end of that episode when all the Digimon got transported into the digital world. We had Blacktailmon Uver appear, who's appeared in the opening. And then also in the opening, which I think this might be the big bad eventually, but we see at the very end of the opening, there's a shadowy Digimon with like a horn. So go back and check out the opening and pause it at the very end there and see if you can figure out who that Digimon is and what you think that's going to be, if that's going to be a villain or an anti-hero type Digimon or what. But I think it could be the big bad of the whole series at the end, but who the hell knows. But anyway, it starts out like pretty much all the other episodes, aside for that one when Clockmon returned, with NPC type characters just mind their own business. There's two of them walking in the woods at night, and they hear like the one character hears like a muttering in the background, and it's the Digimon saying like, "Stop, no, I will stop you," and then all of a sudden, there's like a blade that goes by slicing all the tree and shrubbery around them and missing the humans but destroying everything around them. And then it cuts over to Roly, who is lying in bed and then finds out that Angoramon leaves for the night and disappears. And she's wondering where he's going and is talking to Hiro about that. Like, Angoramon keeps ditching me. What's going on with that? And Angoramon isn't really saying much. He's being very cryptic. And they end up going to the little cafe or whatever, and it's Roly by herself without Angoramon, and Hiro along with Gaomon meeting with Professor Bokumon, and Bokumon is giving the guy some more chocolate. Let me see, I got all my tabs and pictures to share with you guys. So we all know Gaomon loves his chocolate, or his champion as he calls it, and Bokumon's like, "Here, eat this, it's delicious." So I do like how Bokumon continues to appear, and it's cool to get the reoccurring characters like that. And I really do like the main cast of characters. They're all great, especially Kiyoshiro, who we see, he's playing that video game from the last episode with like the VR headset. And Jellymon's all pissed off, like, "Darling, I can't see," and like takes the controller for him and is like, "No, take me shopping." And there's actually a scene later on in the episode where they're in the train, and Roly and Hiro are dealing with the villainous Digimon for that episode, and the phone's ringing. And Jellymon says, "Darling, won't you answer the phone?" And he's got like this smug look to himself, and he points at like the side on the wall of the train, and it says like, "No cell phones in the train." And he's like, "We have to follow the rules." Like, what the hell, Kiyoshiro? Your friends are in danger, and you're pointing at the we're gonna follow the rules? Give me a break, bro. So anyway, we got Gaomon eating his chocolate. Like, what? That looks good too, man. What is that? Vanilla ice cream with chocolate? A cookie. Oh man, that looks fucking awesome. And then, yeah, this is Roly talking to Bokumon about her problems with how like Angoramon's disappeared. And we actually see Angoramon is meeting with other Digimon who've come through the digital world, and they're all like the nice Digimon, and they're there just hanging out. Angoramon actually is having himself some tea, and one of the dog like Digimon appears. And because Angoramon says he wants lemon, and he squeezes the lemon, which is foreshadowing for later on in the episode. So Roly meets her friends, and eventually they part ways, and she makes her way to the bamboo forest or whatever, taking pictures, and she comes across the villainous Digimon for this episode here, Repamon, which looks sort of similar to the evolution of Renamon. Maybe it's sort of an evolution, right? Yeah, Renamon right here, evolves from Renamon. God damn. So yeah, this is and it's the champion level. So is that the champion level of Ren? This is sort of like the evil version though, because you see it's got this blade on its tail, and it's almost like there's two separate Digimon. So that's Repamon in the hologram ghost form, and again with the tail. And what happens is the tail wants to like slice and I guess attack everything, and the dog Digimon there is like, no, we can't do that. We're good. So maybe it sort of has like its duality. It has the good qualities of Renamon, because Renamon from Tamers is a good Digimon, and so what happens is Roly calls Hiro and is like, save me. And she's like I said, she also calls Kiyoshiro, and he's like, oh, we gotta follow the rule. I can't answer the phone because I'm just a goody two shoes. And so Hiro gets Gaomon to Digivolve into, I think this one's called Chaos Gaomon. It has the multiple forms similar to Vmon in Digimon Adventure 02. How at the beginning of the series, you had Flame Dramon, then you had Ray Dramon. There might have been another one, and then eventually, after they defeated Ken, they could Digivolve normally into X Vmon and so on and so forth. So they get in there and have the battle. And like I said, Repamon wants to cut its tail off and, because it wants to be a good Digimon, but, the tail is evil. You see it as an eyeball and all that. And the battle's pretty good. The battle takes probably about half the episode. So I thought that was nice. And, it was overall pretty good. And at the end, Angoromon makes his way there because he finds... Well, he remembers Roly said she was going to the cafe and then going to the forest. So Angoromon flies over there and sees her in danger, and then saves the day. And you have Chaos Gaomon and Angoromon help out. Which last episode we got Tesla Jellymon, the champion form of Jellymon. It would have been nice to get the champion form of Angoromon in this episode. I thought that would have been good. Angoromon would Digivolve to a champion and be able to defeat this one, but it didn't happen. So maybe next time. I'm not really too sure. But they team up and defeat him. And then, foreshadowing from the beginning, talking about the lemon slices. He's like, oh, you can use your tail for good work. I have the community of the Lost Digimon. You can go there and cut some lemons for us. So that was nice. I really like that. And then at the end, we had a heartfelt moment here where Angoromon's like, I got to be more open with you, Roly, and tell you more. And they have a nice little hug there. I thought that was nice, too. And, okay, so that's foreshadowing for the next episode. So the next episode is probably going to have Kiyoshiro take center stage. They're talking about like a chain email of viruses and stuff. And I think those are called Radishmon or something like that, right? So they appear there. And, of course, Kiyoshiro's having a meltdown. But, yeah, it's time to come to grips with the series that it's going to be episodic. And I was sort of hoping for more like the first Digimon series and even like Tamers and even Zero Two. How they sort of had like the 20 episode arcs. But this seems to be the case that it's just episodic. And that's okay. I feel like you can't binge watch this. Like, it's cool for me to watch it week to week. And I've enjoyed it. I really have. Like, there's maybe been like 2 or 3 episodes that I haven't liked. But I don't think I'll ever rewatch the series, to be honest with you. I mean, depends on how it goes. If it's just going to say episodic, I feel like you're better off just watching week to week. And even if you haven't started the series right away, like if you're still not watching it for some reason, but you're watching my reviews, I feel like you can jump on and catch on pretty quick. Because early on, the battles were like 2 minutes, but now the battles are sort of like the second half of the episode, like the first half of the episode. And that's why it's sort of formulaic now. The first half of the episode is them setting things up. You got this, conflicted villainous Digimon, and let's talk to Bokumon. At least I've talked to him for the past 3 or 4 episodes. And then we go out there, save the day, and the Digimon ends up being good or whatever. So, we'll see what happens next. Again, what are your theories if you watch the opening and pause right at the very end of the opening, you see the shadowy Digimon with the horn. What do you guys think about that? I think that could potentially be the villainous Digimon throughout the whole series. And what are the implications of Black Tailmon Uver, who appeared in the episode when they were racing go-karts with Sistermon Ciel, who opened the portal to send the Digimon back to the digital world? Do we think that's going to come back? And also, what's the deal with Hiro's father? Will we eventually see him again? Because you see him in the opening, too. I'm not too sure. So, thanks, guys, for watching. Let me know your thought in the comments down below. Tomorrow will be Christmas Eve. I have a Christmas-themed review for you guys then. And I've already told you guys for Christmas Day, I have the South Park Woodland Critters Christmas. And for those wondering, yes, I'm rocking yet another Fairy Tail t-shirt, bro. Look at it. How awesome is that? So, thanks, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.